Amad Diallo has been nothing short of sensational, stepping up when the team needed him most. If you think about United's best young players, names like Wayne Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo come to mind. But what if I told you Amad might just be the next in line? Let's put things into perspective. Compared to Barcelona's rising star Lamine Yamal, Amad is producing similar numbers, yet somehow he's flying under the radar. He's carrying United on his back, thriving under Rúben Amorim's system, and proving why he should have been playing all along. Unlike Ten Hag, who kept him benched for most of his time at United, Amorim has recognized his potential, given him the freedom to play in his best position, and turned him into one of the most exciting players in the squad. Just look at his performances this season. He's been brilliant. His vision, his dribbling, his ability to step up in big moments. It's clear that United finally have a gem on their hands, and yet, most people assume Amad is just another academy product who rose through the ranks. But here's the truth, he never even stepped foot in academy. In fact, he wasn't even supposed to be here. Amad Diallo didn't start with elite training or structured development. It started with something far more dangerous. Because Amad? He was illegally smuggled into Italy to play football. Amad Diallo was born on July 11, 2002 in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. But his journey to professional football wasn't like most young talents who rise through the ranks. His story begins with a dark and complicated past, one that involved illegal migration, identity fraud, and a desperate chase for footballing success. As a child, Amad's talent was undeniable. He was small but quick, with incredible footwork that made him stand out even in the rough street games of Abidjan. His family saw his potential, but opportunities in Ivory Coast were limited. If Amad wanted to make it big, he had to leave. And that's exactly what happened, but not in the way you'd expect. In 2010, Amad was smuggled into Italy under false documents, brought in by a man claiming to be his father. His real last name wasn't even Diallo, it was Traoré. The details of how he arrived remain unclear, but what we do know is that Amad, along with his supposed brother, ended up in Italy under illegal circumstances. They were registered as the children of an Ivorian couple living in Italy, despite having no biological relation to them. For years, they lived under fake identities, playing youth football in the shadows, trying to escape the reality of their illegal status. But Amad's talent was too bright to stay hidden. He joined a small local club in Italy, Boca Barco, where his technical ability caught the eye of scouts. Coaches described him as a magician with the ball, and soon, bigger clubs started taking notice. His breakthrough came when he joined Atalanta's youth setup. Despite his lack of formal academy training, he adapted quickly, and his natural ability made him one of the most exciting prospects in the country. In 2019, he made history. At just 17 years old, he became the youngest player ever to score on his Serie A debut, netting a goal against Udinese with his very first shot in professional football. It was clear, Amad Diallo was special. Amad's rapid rise at Atalanta had Europe's biggest clubs watching closely. His dribbling, flair, and composure on the ball made him a rare talent. But there was one club that took a major gamble, Manchester United. In October 2020, United agreed to sign Amad for a deal worth up to €40 million, despite him only having a handful of senior appearances for Atalanta. It was one of the most expensive deals ever for a teenager, but United believed they had found a generational talent. There was just one problem. He couldn't join immediately. Due to Brexit complications and work permit issues, Amad had to wait until January 2021 to officially move to Old Trafford. When he finally arrived, expectations were sky high. He made his debut in February 2021 and gave fans a glimpse of his brilliance in the Europa League against AC Milan, scoring a stunning back-header goal. It was a moment of pure instinct and skill, and it seemed like the start of something special. But then, he disappeared. Despite his flashes of brilliance, Amad barely got chances under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. United had too many attacking options, and he was deemed too raw to make an impact immediately. Instead of rotting on the bench, United decided to loan him out. His first loan spell was at Rangers in Scotland during the 2021-22 season, but it was a disaster. He struggled to adapt to the physicality of Scottish football, and despite scoring on his debut, he quickly fell out of favour. His confidence took a hit, and many started questioning if he was really worth the hype. Then came his turning point, a loan move to Sunderland in the English Championship for the 2022-23 season. Under Tony Mowbray, Amad transformed. He became the team's star player, scoring 14 goals and carrying Sunderland into the playoffs. His dribbling, creativity, and ability to produce magic in tight spaces made him one of the best players in the league. By the time he returned to United in the summer of 2023, fans were begging for him to be given a real chance. But then, another setback. A serious knee injury in pre-season ruled him out for months. During that time, United almost sold him. If not for his injury, he could have been gone permanently. By the time he recovered, Erik ten Hag was still reluctant to use him. Even when he played well, he found himself back on the bench, watching as underperforming players got more game time. It was frustrating, but Amad stayed patient. And then, everything changed when Rúben Amorim arrived at Manchester United. The Portuguese coach saw something in him that Erik ten Hag never did. A player with the intelligence, skill, and adaptability to thrive at the highest level. Unlike ten Hag, who kept benching Amad despite his performances, Amorim immediately gave him a chance. He integrated Amad into his tactical system, recognizing that his dribbling, vision, and technical ability could be a game changer for United. At first, Amorim tested him in different positions, on the right wing as an attacking midfielder, even as a second striker. But what made the difference was Amorim's trust. Instead of limiting Amad to just a backup role, he gave him freedom to express himself on the pitch, and Amad delivered.
Yes, congratulations, Amad, you have the match ball. 3 goals and 3 points. What happened in that last 10 minutes?
Yeah. But you have to believe it. You believe until at the end. We are very happy to win this game because we were draw against Arsenal, Liverpool and Arsenal, so the confidence was there. And today we are very happy to win this game. Best team in the pitch, and yeah, I'm so happy for the win today because this team deserves it.
You were a real bright spark throughout the match personally. Do you feel a responsibility to play that position, to take that responsibility in this team?
Yeah, I'm ready to play every position. I'm ready to play right wing back, number 10, where the manager like to put me. I'm ready to fight for this club. So it never matter to play where I am. I'm so happy to play where the manager wants me to play. So I'm so happy to score a hat-trick, and the most important thing is the win for the club.
Week after week, Amad continued to prove his worth. His flair, composure, and work rate made him one of United's most exciting players. And unlike some of his teammates, he wasn't just playing for himself, he was playing for the badge, for the fans, and for the manager who believed in him. But what made Amad even more special wasn't just his performances, it was his humility. Despite finally getting the recognition he deserved, he remained grounded. He was willing to play any position Amorim asked him to, and he never complained when things got tough. From an ignored talent under Ten Hag to United's most important player under Amorim, Amad had finally found his place at Manchester United. With the way Amad is playing right now, the sky is the limit. He has gone from being a forgotten talent to one of Manchester United's most important players, and at just 21 years old, he still has so much room to grow. If he continues on this trajectory, there's no doubt that Amad could become a legend at Old Trafford. His technical ability, intelligence, and work ethic make him a player who can define an era, just like Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Ryan Giggs did before him.